Hey everybody, Ramdean and Black with you here in our FN studios. UFC 208 going down this Saturday night in Brooklyn, New York. The UFC will crown their inaugural 145-pound women's champion, the former bantamweight champion Holly Holm, moving up to take on the Dutch fighter Germaine de Randamie. I know you're doing a breakdown because I think if we look at this on paper, clearly Holly Holm has the advantage in mixed martial arts experience, higher caliber of fighters. De Randamie, I think she's 6-3, but she has a ton of experience in kickboxing. When you really put this fight under the microscope, what did you learn?
Oh, it was really exciting to break it down and to watch every second of their performances from as many different angles as I could find. And you keep coming to the conclusion that this is going to be a car wreck of a fight. It really is. You look at De Randamie, there's so many variables where there is when you take people of this high caliber. Every small choice between the two of them changes the dynamic of everything. De Randamie got kicks caught a few times and was taken down. Amanda Nunes was able to catch her kicks, made her decide maybe to kick a little less. But she was facing lower level opponents, and literally she could sit in there with 37-0 in recorded Muay Thai and kickboxing fights. Never been beaten on the feet, and her coaches and her could say, you know what, let's not throw kicks right now. We'll develop our ability to throw kicks and extract them when caught. In the meantime, let's just knock ladies out with our right hand. And she's devastating. But if we remove kicks from it, you go elite Muay Thai against one of the best boxers in the world at southpaw. So I don't think we're going to see that. I think we'll see all 8 weapons from Germaine de Randamie. But on the other hand, if you're Holly Holm, you've been putting in your back pocket all kinds of grappling and wrestling and mixed martial arts for years. She took down Ronda Rousey. That's only been done by 2 women ever. She took Ronda down from a body lock. So if de Randamie has a vicious clinch, vicious, nasty, ornery clinch, she goes to that, and Holly goes to the body lock and takes her down. Now it's a generalist mentality against a specialist mentality. But it is a wicked fight, man. This is going to be, it's going to be a car battle.
Holly Holm, she's been involved in huge fights, from her boxing career to her mixed martial arts career outside of the UFC to her championship tilts inside of the world-famous octagon. Does it matter now that the UFC belt is hanging in the balance? Germaine de Randamie hasn't dealt with this before.
Yeah, you better address it, and you better accept that there are new variables, or else you'll find yourself surprised by them. But you've called a lot of K1, and we've got to call Muay Thai. There's some of these Thai fighters that have this joyous vibe when walking out, right? They have this joyous, they can't believe they get to do this thing. I know, right? This thing that is going to smash up their bodies and brutalize their legs and their liver and their organs and their all of them. And they have a joyous vibe as they're coming out. And she's had that through a lot of her career. And that is a great way to approach a fight like this. 25 minutes is a different deal, though, too. Holly is good in 25 minutes. That fight with Misha, she looked awesome right down to the moment where Misha got her back. But against Shevchenko, she didn't. She started to fade as the fight went on. Psychologically, she got angry at herself and frustrated. So there's a lot of dynamics in this one. But in the world, for me, in the world of women's fighting, this is about the most interesting fight I think that can be made on planet Earth for me right now.
Is it important that de Randamie remembers throughout the fight 25 minutes, 25 minutes, 25 minutes? Because again, if she finds herself down after 1, down after 2, will she get frustrated?
It's interesting how different this fight is than everything else that she's fought. I get access to some beautiful footage, red slow-mo, hyper slow-mo angle footage, and you see de Randamie against lower level fighters. She's Chuck Liddell, just loading everything up. And when you have opponents who are a little more flat-footed, and they're literally going to stand there and they're anchored to the ground, and you're Germaine de Randamie, you're just going to drill them. But she can't and won't do that against Holly Holm, so it changes the dynamic of everything. And if she tries to do that at minute 18 or minute 16 or minute 21, you gotta fatigue. So it's a different fight. We haven't seen her in mixed martial arts in a fight like this, but we've seen her be spectacular. And man, I was showing Pollock a few of these moments in there. You don't have to look very far to see genius out of her, but she was fighting lower level opponents. Holly Holm is a much higher level opponent, so the dynamic changes dramatically.
Will it be difficult to reprogram her if this is the way she's been fighting? You can't fight this way now. Just like you were saying before, we're going to remove those leg kicks until we can use them, until we can have the proper techniques so people can't catch them. Is it difficult to reprogram a fighter when they have these certain beliefs already ingrained?
That's going to be an element, because I watched back so many of her fights in Thai as well. She was just so much more skilled. So she fights with this confidence and this dominance. And when if and when Holly is not there or countering her and intercepting when she comes in, that's going to be, it may be somewhat unfamiliar to her, but it is a beautiful, wonderful fight.
Who will become the new 145-pound champion at UFC 208 this weekend in Brooklyn, New York?